Guy goes to a $5 hooker and says, "You gave me crabs." The guy goes to the hooker and says, "What do you expect for $5? Lobster?" So I flew into Chicago for a business trip a couple weeks ago. I was in my hotel room. I was pretty bored. Had a couple drinks and thought I would, order up an escort girl. High price hooker. So I ordered up this one hooker. She was $2,500 for 5 hours for the night, basically 5 hours, $2,500. I think it was $500 an hour. And I don't know why everybody's driving so damn slow right now, but so the graveyard's that way. So we're doing 59 miles an hour on a 70-mile-an-hour freeway. I don't know what's going on here. Did somebody die? Did they close the bar? So yeah, he gets this $2,500 hooker. She comes to the hotel room and they start talking and he goes, "What's going on with that eye? What's going on with your eye? It doesn't move." And she goes, "Oh, it's a glass eye." And I go, "So does that thing pop out of the socket or?" And she goes, "Yeah, I can pop it right out of my hand. See, pops it right out of her eye. Puts the glass eye in her hand." And I go, "So you're left with an extra orifice, an extra opening. So care to make this night a little bit more interesting with the eye socket?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, I do it all the time. It's going to cost an extra $500. And I go, "No problem." So we did what we had to do. We knocked down a few redwoods out there in the forest, and at the end of the night, I was helping her get her coat on and walking her through the door, and I said, I fly to Chicago every 6 months for business. Maybe I'll look you up. And she goes, "Yeah, keep an eye out for you." So there was these two little fleas. They all flew south for the winter. They go to Florida. So this one winter, during the fall, the two fleas flying out to Florida, and they regroup down in Miami. And one flea says, "Hey, how's it going, man? How was your trip?" And he goes, "Oh, it was horrible. It's horrible. I left Ohio. I left Cleveland. Froze my ass off, man, until I got all the way down to Georgia almost." The other flea goes, "What?" And he goes, "Well, how'd you get down there?" He goes, "Oh, I found this biker, man. I crawled up in his beard. He was just sleeping, and I crawled in his beard, and I hid out in there. And he had a Florida license plate. He was in Cleveland. And I knew he was headed back to Florida sooner or later. I knew, being a biker, you had to get down to Florida before it got cold, so froze my ass off." And the flea goes, "No, man, you're doing it all wrong. Man, you younger fleas don't know how to do it. This is what you do. You find a nice girl, crawl up her leg, and hide out in her crotch. It's nice and warm in there. There's no wind. She's probably, make sure she's getting ready to get on a bus, a Greyhound bus in Florida or something. Make sure she's going to Florida. Hang out at the airport or something, So he does what he did, and he goes, "Next fall I'll do that." So next fall comes around, they meet up in Miami, and the older flea tells the younger flea, "Yeah, how was your trip?" He goes, "Oh, what? I did what you told me to. I found a nice redhead, crawled right up in there, man. It was great. And it was going great for a while. And then before I knew it, I wound up back in that biker's beard again."